On 131873, let's go to Don. G'day, Don.
Yeah, g'day there, Warren. How are you going?
Yeah, I'm well, mate.
That's good. But are you really the uncle of Andrew? I heard you mention the other day.
Yeah, I've heard Andrew say that.
Oh,
I'm sort of a bit mixed about whether to perpetuate the rumour or deny it. I'll leave you guessing.
Moore was a very famous name, i.e. Thomas More. He was a great man in history.
There was another Thomas More, not that one, who was my great-great-grandfather was a Thomas More.
Lovely. Esteemed name. M-O-R-E, is it?
No, M-O-O-R-E, so it's not the same Thomas More.
Right, okay,
yeah.
But close enough. Yes, Mr. Oakeshott and Mr. Windsor. Mr. Oakeshott particularly is pretty keen on full and open disclosure, I'd imagine, and Rainbow Coalition, all that sort of stuff, all 1960s flower power stuff. I don't know what the fellow's on. But have you heard of the Rofe Report?
The Rofe Report?
Yeah, it's a sort of follow-up, if you like, to the Magistrate Noel Heiner's report.
Yeah, I've heard of the Heiner Report.
Yeah, back in September 2007, Barney B. Joyce, not long in the dying days of the Howard government, tried to table this Rofe Report. It's 3,600 pages. It contains at least 66 alleged prima facie charges against said well-known persons, including a potential foreign affairs minister in waiting. And, of course, it was blocked from being tabled because, obviously, if it comes in the public domain, persons can take action. And I'd like to ask Mr. Oakeshott, particularly if he becomes a minister, or even if he does, Mr. Windsor even, whether those fellows would be prepared to table this Rofe Report. It is still floating around. The last time I heard there was a copy still with Mr. Joyce, Senator Joyce, I should say.
Yeah.
Only thing that would be...
So it is at Senator Joyce because of the fact it's a Queensland-orientated phenomena, which, the Heiner Report was as well?
Yeah, that's right. Magistrate Noel Heiner, it was regarding the shredding of documents.
That's right, yeah, to do with the Goss government, not to do with the federal government, yeah.
Yeah, that's right, but of course
I know, his right-hand man at the time happened to be Kevin Rudd.
That's right, and he's one of the ones allegedly involved in shredding documents that were needed for court cases and whatnot.
Yeah, when the time came, they just didn't exist. Yeah.
Well, this report is...
I'm not saying they never existed. They didn't exist at the time.
Well, the Rofe Report was done by Sydney prominent QC David Rofe. 3,600 pages, sort of juicy document I'd like to peruse one day. And Mr. Oakeshott,
You like to peruse, Don? Gee, you do interesting things with your spare time.
Oh, well, I'm an avid reader. But also... I forget who it was, but in between sleeps, cat naps, I heard some of you guys on 2GB give out the Governor General's email address the other day in regards to protesting over what happened.
Yeah.
I happen to also available on her website is also a facsimile number, and I sent certain documents to her office, and the good thing about sending a fax is you get a TX report.
Yeah, I think that might have been Ross Greenwood, but I certainly heard somebody...
That's right, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I was listening at the time, but I missed the email address, and I don't have it on hand now, if you wanted that.
Well, I've got the facsimile number.
Yeah, okay.
Do you want me to give it out?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, it's 02 6281 3760. And also, interesting legal point, if you present evidence to someone of alleged wrongdoing...
Yes.
Aren't they obliged, doesn't matter who they are, even a GG, to perhaps follow that up?
Yeah, well, that's one of the questions, isn't it, about the Heiner Report, as far as I can...
But because the Governor General, and I know it went to her office, and I did follow up the phone calls, I know that she has well over 20 pages of faxed information. Even during the election campaign, I was faxing her office, amongst others, because she... would know, members of her staff would know about these allegations.
Yes, sure.
It would be an interesting legal quandary.
Let me put it this way. I can tell you what, Don, I think there'll be a lot of legal quandaries at the moment, not just to do with the past history of the Heiner affair and going forth, just in trying to make the affairs of government work at all in this minority government.
And so, by ocean ways around the world, link by welded link, the Commonwealth of Nations, the realms and territories of the Queen. points of her realm, her crowning is proclaimed. From St. James's Palace, the words are read. By the Queen, a proclamation declaring Her Majesty's pleasure touching her royal coronation and the solemnity thereof, that all her realm shall know the Queen is to be crowned. She comes to us in the sorrow of her father's passing, our sovereign lord, King George VI, who in a true and entire devotion lived through dangerous years in the lives of his people.
The Queen now compacts with her people and before them to govern according to the laws and customs of her realms.
Madam, is your Majesty willing to take the oath?
I am willing.
Will you solemnly promise and swear to govern the peoples of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the Union of South Africa, Pakistan, and Ceylon, and of your possessions and the other territories to any of them belonging or pertaining, according to their respective laws and customs?
I solemnly promise so to do.
Will you, to your power, cause law and justice in mercy to be executed in all your judgments?
I will.
High up in the Henry VII Chapel hang the banners of chivalry, the banners of the Knights Grand Cross of the Order of the Bath, gold and crimson, green and gold and blue in the figures of heraldry. The Golden Lion of England, the Red Lion of Scotland within the double tressure, flory, counterflory, a black eagle with wings outstretched upon an ermine field, a red rose barbed and seeded, the sun in his golden splendor, out of the fan vaulting of the roof. The 5 swords of state, 3 of which are carried in procession before the Queen, the 2 swords of justice, and the sword of mercy with the blunted point. And the window dedicated to the few, those 63 squadrons which fought the Battle of Britain, Their badges all recorded here, in the colors of the glass, against the sky they defended. And on the lectern are inscribed these words: attempt great things for God. In the knowledge of the mystery of human life, this day's ceremony is performed, remembering that in each moment of time is the imprint of eternity. In this wisdom, in times precedent, the long line of kings and queens have been anointed here at Westminster, in the church built by Edward the Confessor, saint and king. And they have been crowned with St. Edward's crown, in which the gemmed and golden arches carry the golden globe and the cross with drops of pearl over the purple velvet cap of maintenance. The sword of state is changed for the jeweled sword, and the Queen receives the jeweled sword and takes it and offers it at the altar.
Receive this kingly sword, brought now from the altar of God, and delivered to you by the hands of us, the bishops and servants of God, though unworthy. With this sword do justice, stop the growth of iniquity, protect the holy church of God, help and defend widows and orphans.
She goes now to the altar to confirm before God the promises which she has made. The things which I have here before promised, I will perform and keep. The Queen kisses the Bible and subscribes the oath.
The things which I have here before promised, I will perform and keep, so help me God.
And here, rising like a rock or island out of a sea of waving and cheers, are those figures of symbol which surround Victoria's memorial. As truth, that deep center of integrity without which nothing can endure, and justice crowned with mercy. For each man is God's trust to every man. And here too, the labor and the fashioning, manufacture, the work of hands, and agriculture, man and earth together in their natural accord, patient in preparation for the harvest. And far-seeking progress, whose reality can only be, to all men, a fair life, and a growing vision of the needs of men and the meaning of mankind. Then the spirit of peace, the calm of goodwill, which waits to reign over men's maturity, and victory, which at last must be of good over evil. Victory here attended by courage and constancy. All these stand like a rock among the thousands who now acclaim their sovereign. Victoria's reign was long. Long live the Queen. God save Queen Elizabeth. Long live Queen Elizabeth. May the Queen live forever.